Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we are approaching the true ending. We have reached every other ending that we can. We have reached the Suzaha ending, the Ferris ending, the Rukako ending, the Mayuri ending, and the Kurusu ending. Now, it is time to finally see the truth. The first thing that we must do is we must receive this email. Not email, email! Shit! Assistant, where are you now? Where are you? You haven't been to the lab in 2 days. Are you still in Akihabara? You're worried, you know? You acted strange yesterday. I want to help, so tell me where you are. I don't feel right not having you around. Where are you? I want to see you. Oh boy. Let me be alone. I need to think. Aha, there was no difference! Ha ha ha! I really hope there was actually a difference. Because I, straight up fast forwarded through all of that because it was all the same. I really hope there was a difference. Maybe it's gonna happen after the credits. Let's hope it happens after the credits. I mean, like, I love the music here, and I love that it's different, but, there's, oh my god, 4 degrees Celsius even had a voice actor. Ah, my god. I will never, ever call him 4C. He's 4 degrees Celsius. He said so. He's as cold as the depths of hell or Gaia or whatever the shit. Anyways. Hello? Is it the phone guy from FNAF?
Hi, もしもし。え？誰が？僕が？お父さん？君の？何言ってんの？は？岡部倫太郎に代われ？なあ、オカリン。謎の女が代わってくれってさ。誰だ？
お願い。今すぐラジカンの屋上に来て。
だから誰だよ。
私は2036年から来た。そこにいる橋田至の娘。名前は天音鈴葉。
ちょっと待て。鈴葉が。なんでここにいるんだ
She said to meet her on the roof of Radican. When I get there, I find it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's also part of a crime scene. As if I needed another reminder of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. Oh man, that scene gave me chills. Oh my god. I duck under the yellow tape and open the door. The lock is still broken. I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I gasp for air, I look across the stark white concrete. And naturally, my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting smack dab in the middle of the roof. No way. Wow, what's that? Oh my god, what the shit did I just do with her voice? Wow, what's that? Is it a robot, right? The transforming kind? Mayuri and Daru are just as surprised. What is that thing? I mean, it looks like Suzaha's time machine. But there's something different about it. Suzaha's looked old and beat up. This one looks brand new. It's not stuck in the wall either. And besides, this is the Beta World Line, where CERN's dystopia never forms. Suzaha has no reason to travel to 2010. That satellite shouldn't be here. And yeah, I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I... Of course! It was at Dr. Nakabachi's presentation! Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake, and when I went to check the roof, the satellite was sitting there. Though still confused, I approach the satellite. Just then, the hatch opens, and someone steps outside. Ah! Okabe Rintaro? Suzuha! It really is her. A part-time warrior. John Teeter. Time traveler from 2036. Daru's daughter who will be born 7 years from now. Why are you here? I asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers. Are you Okabe Rintaro? I need to know. Yeah. The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realize that there's something very different about her. For starters, what's with all the camo? It looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica. Is she really Amane Suzuha? Hold on. Just hold on 1 second. This doesn't make any sense. No, calm down. Figure this out, Okabe. You know that this is impossible. Suzuha can't be here. She leaped to 1975 in her one-way time machine. She found the IBN 5100, made sure it would get to you, and passed away in the year 2000. Where did this girl come from? I'm a time traveler from the year 2036. I have a request from Uncle Ocarine. Uncle? You're an uncle? We don't have time to humor Mayuri's question. Suzuha walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear. This world line is headed for World War III. I need your help to prevent it. Please help me change the future. What the? What the hell are you talking about? World War III? Oh no, that's really bad! Are you really a time traveler? You're not just messing with us here? Stay out of this, Dad. Dad? Whoa, that was a shock. I mean, it's not every day a mysterious beauty calls me Dad. Though to be honest, I'd prefer to be called Big Brother. Wait, everyone just wait. Let me think. I take a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. I turn to Suzuha. Is that thing a time machine? Suzuha nods curtly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of the cheerful Suzuha I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve. Your father built it? That's right. Suzuha glances at Daru. Where did you come from? The year 2036. I stopped in 1975 and 2000 first. You what? That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously not in her 40s. Which means... that time machine can travel to the future? It wouldn't be much of a time machine otherwise. This isn't the Suzuha I know. But it is Suzuha. You're from a different future? Different future? What's going on in 2036? What about CERN's dystopia? CERN? What's that? Suzuha frowns. She doesn't know about CERN? It settles it. She's definitely not the Suzuha I know. You said something about World War III? Right. In my time, humanity has been reduced to less than 1 billion people. Less than 1 billion? But the population now is like 6.7 billion. You're saying 5.7 billion people died? That's what happens when you use nuclear weapons. It was just like the Cold War, only this time they were fighting over time travel technology. It started with a race between the EU and Russia, and the Americans got involved and things really went to hell. They were all desperate to stop anyone else from being first to build a time machine. Whoever controls time controls the world, right? Time travel again. It has the power to grant your dreams, and at the same time destroy everything you love. You know that better than anyone. By 2036, the war's over, but it's left the Earth in ruins. We won't survive for long, not as things are. It's unbelievable. In the future of the Alpha World Line, CERN used their time machine to fashion a dystopia, where no one could oppose their rule. Suzuha traveled to the past to change that. She showed me how to escape that convergence. The result is this, the Beta World Line. Here, CERN fails to complete its time machine. But instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war. This can't be happening. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees. Are you okay? Mayuri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back. I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha. Though I know it's absurd, part of me blames her. Why is this happening? You lied to me! You said a peaceful future was waiting for us on the Beta World Line! We saved Mayuri. We changed the future. And now, after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say that it wasn't enough? We're at a point of great divergence when... I know that already! And you understand. 5.7 billion people are going to die and the survivors will be left with no future, no hope. I came here to prevent that. And to do that, I need your help, Ocarine. I refuse! I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looks hurt, betrayed like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me that way? I borrow Mayuri's shoulder and struggle back to my feet. I came here from the Alpha World Line. I had to sacrifice the girl I loved to make it this far. I can't go back, not to the world line where Mayuri dies. I don't care if 5.7 billion people die. I won't let Kurisu's sacrifice be in vain. One person versus 5.7 billion. It can't be compared. Suzuha is staring at me in disbelief. Mayuri and Daru clearly don't know what to say. I haven't told them what happened, so they can't understand. Wait, you mean you've been to another attractor field? Wow, so that's the power of reading Steiner. How do you know about that? Dad told me. And I've met you before, Uncle Ocarine. In the future, that is. You've met me? I see. So the me of that attractor field went to the past too. A faint smile flickers across her face, then she looks at me with renewed intensity. Uncle Ocarine, I know you don't want to, but... No. I won't let Kurisu's death be in vain. I won't let Mayuri die. Huh? Maybe she dies? By Kurisu, I assume you mean Makise Kurisu? Listen, Uncle. Let's say, hypothetically, that the only way to change the future of this world line is to go to July 28th, 2010, the day Makise Kurisu dies, and save her. What would you do? What? Shock ripples through my body. What'd she say? Save Kurisu? But how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine, and even if we did, I could never leap that far back. Ah, of course. I look over Suzuha's shoulder at the object disguised as a satellite. Your time machine. We can use your time machine. It came all the way from 2036. It should have no trouble going back a mere 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what Alpha Suzuha's could not. It can travel to the future. It can go to July 28th, save Kurisu, and return to the present. No D-mails, no time leaps. Genuine physical time travel. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before, on July 28th, that fateful day. Shortly before Kurisu was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, as sure it is standing before me now. There's only one thing that can mean. It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day, in this place. Even before I sent the first email, my participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Suzuha down now is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. The revelation makes me dizzy. It's like I don't have the tiniest atom of free will. Like my every action from the moment of my birth was planned for me by some cosmic force. The world line I'm aiming for isn't, what did you call it, the Alpha world line? It's not that. What we're aiming for is the space between attractor fields. The space between? There lies a world line unaffected by any attractor field. A world line known as Steins Gate. What? But that's the chuny name I pulled out of my ass. It doesn't even mean anything. I was told that Steins Gate is a brand new world line, one no one has ever observed. Didn't someone have to observe it to know it's there? Nope, it's never been observed. That's what makes it new. But Dad and Uncle Ocarine were able to calculate its divergence. Negative 0.081609% relative to the current world line. That's where we'll find Steins Gate. And to reach that world line, we have to save Kurisu? Exactly. She's the key to averting World War III. As long as she lives, the war won't happen. Or at the very least, 5.7 billion people won't die. Why? Huh? Why Kursu? I mean, I know she's a genius, but why are you telling me she's the hero who will save 5.7 billion people? I don't know. You don't know? And you expect me to go along with this? Hey, I'm just following Dad's plan. And apparently you're the one who came up with it in the first place. If there's a flaw in your plan, then we're all in trouble. It sounds like you didn't hear it from me, is that right? You passed away 10 years ago. 15 years from now, that is. The year 2025. Same result as on the Alpha World line. So I don't know the whole story. What I do know is that my dad continued your work. After you died, he built this time machine all by himself just to see your plan through. That's my super hacker. He must have hacked into CERN and stolen their research, then used it to construct his own time machine. On the Alpha World line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the machine. But here, Daru was able to perfect his design. That's why he can go back to the future. At least, that seems the most likely explanation. Uncle Ocarine. Like I said, Steins Gate is unobserved. Nobody knows what future awaits us there. There's a chance that a dystopia rises from the ashes of World War III. There's a chance that Makise Kursu dies just 2 days after you save her. There's a chance that you don't die in 2025, but next week. But there's also a chance that when 2036 comes, there will be no dystopia, no world ravaged by war. There's a chance that everyone, including Makise Kursu, will be alive. There's a chance that a wonderful future awaits. At least it won't be the future I came from, and it won't be the future the other me came from. That much is certain. Is an unknown future really for the best? I would hate for the ending role to say, despite your best efforts, you made everything worse. It's completely unknown, completely unpredictable. Kursu can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for Mayuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win, as it always has. But if you're willing to try, if you're willing to come with me to July 28th, then take my hand. I look down at Suzuha's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Suzuha comes from a ruined world, from the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion lives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Kursu. How I have dreamt of saving her. I would do anything to change her fate. But how do I know this invitation won't lead me into another maze of despair? Maybe she doesn't understand any of this. But this Makise person was very important to you, wasn't she? I think you should go for it. 5.7 billion people, man. I can't even imagine. But don't sweat the small stuff. Just save the girl and you're set for life. It's the dream of every otaku. Mayuri and Daru offer me encouragement. But it's not enough to overcome my doubt. The Makise Kursu we knew, lab member 004, is already gone. Even if I save her on this world line, she won't remember any of the time she shared with us. So there's no point! I won't bend time to my convenience. Not again. I'm not God. I don't have that right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads with me to stop. And yet, I look at Suzuha's outstretched hand. And then, with a resignation, I grasp it firmly. I'm in. Try though I may to fight it, this choice was made for me on July 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine. Fate wants me to take your hand. Who am I to argue? I'm not at all confident that I can save Kursu. How many times have I tried to resist fate only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there is a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her. Let's go. Thank you, Uncle Ocarine. Hop aboard. Can this thing even fit 2 people? Of course it can. It's my dad's masterpiece. Daru, your daughter really loves you. I don't get it, but stop calling me dad. I'd rather be your big brother, if you know what I mean.
Be sure to come back, okay? I don't want you to disappear, okay?
I'm not going to another world. This is a short hop to the past. I pat Mayuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Suzuha to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. Oh boy. The interior is cylindrical and surprisingly tight. When I sit down on the ledge that rims the cylinder, it puts me face to face with Suzuha, kind of like one of those giant teacup rides. There are fewer controls than I expected. The inside definitely looks more refined than what I saw of Suzuha's time machine on the Alpha World line. But one thing remains the same. The time display panel, black screen with red lettering. I guess that's just Daru's taste. Give me your phone. When I hand it over, Suzuha casually tosses it out the hatch. Hey! It's better not to bring it. It'll cause interference. Interference? Oh, I see. We're going to July 28th, so there'll be 2 of me, and if I bring it, 2 of my phone. I guess that could be a problem if I got a call or something. The time travelers really do need to be careful about what they bring to the past. Shut the hatch. I hear Mayuri and Daru cheering outside. Mayuri caught my phone, thankfully. I give them a final nod and close the hatch. Silence engulfs us. Suzuha is operating the time display panel. She sets our destination, July 28, 2010, 11:50 a.m. That should do it. It's cutting it awfully close. I remember that Dr. Nakabachi's presentation began at 12. This time machine can't physically move. Meaning? No matter what time we travel to, we'll always arrive at the exact same coordinates. In other words, on the roof of Radican. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but there's no time to explain. Anyway, we could leap to the day before the presentation, but if we attract too much attention, they could close Radican and cancel the presentation. That's why we've got to cut it close. I see. Uncle, this is your first time oh my god. This is your first time traveling, right? Okay, first, stop calling me uncle. And yes, I've made more time leaps than I want to remember, but I've never time traveled before. According to John Teeter, the G-forces are pretty strong. You feel like you're being stretched out. Yeah, I wrote that. John Teeter stuff? Right, back when I left 2000. I see. The past has changed. Changed back, I suppose, from my point of view. When I was on the Alpha World line, I saw Teeter post on @channel in real time. On this world line, those posts were made to an English BBS in the year 2000. You don't sound surprised. Nothing can surprise me now. My brain's too busy trying to process all this new information. Feels like it's gonna blow. I'll go over the mission one more time. Once we arrive, there'll be no time for chit-chat. The objective is to prevent Maki Sakurasu's death. Ever since I returned to this world line, I've avoided all news of Kurasu's murder. I was afraid of setting that result in stone. So I still don't know who killed Kurisu. I don't know how or why she died. I don't know anything at all. If I had known it would come to this, would I have looked things up? I ask myself that question. The answer is no. What about attractor field convergence? That day's a turning point, remember? Meaning the probability of Makise Kurasu's death is roughly 50%. So convergence won't happen? It may happen, it may not. It probably will. I'm sure there's a loophole somewhere. That loophole is the doorway to Steins Gate. So in the end, it's a gamble. Oh, one more thing. Watch out for Dr. Nakabachi. What do you mean? Remember what I said about World War III? It all started because of something called the Nakabachi paper. A paper Dr. Nakabachi wrote detailing his theory of time travel. That fraud's theory was just a ripoff of John Teeter's. Wait a minute. John Teeter's sitting right in front of me. But what Teeter posted on the internet was true? I mixed in some lies, so not many people listened to me at the time. I never thought someone would reevaluate it 10 years later. Looks like he built his theory off of what I wrote. Apparently it's almost perfect. Anyway, Dr. Nakabachi was there when Makise Kurisu was killed, right? So watch out for him. I'm sure he's important to the divergence of this world line. Dr. Nakabachi? Important? I thought he was just some con artist. Ready to go? Fasten your seatbelt. I look underneath my butt to find what looks like a car seatbelt. I wrap it around my waist and fix my body to the seat. Does it shake a lot?
Shake? No, it doesn't shake.
You mean it does something else? Wait, is this safe? Suzuha leans forward and pushes a bright yellow button on the bottom of the panel. There are no windows, so I can't tell if the time machine is moving.
It's only 3 weeks, so it shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes.
Suzuha fastens her own seatbelt and sighs.
When I first leapt to 1975, it was 6 long hours with nothing to do.
I guess time travelers have their own problems.
Since it's only a few minutes, we won't bother with the oxygen masks. Just be aware we'll have no oxygen for the duration.
You mean I have to hold my breath?
Right here.
Suzuha points to the center of the cylinder, the space between me and her.
There'll be an air pocket. Stick your head inside, and you'll have enough oxygen for about 10 minutes.
Hey, for argument's sake, what happens if we fail to save Kurisu?
There's not much fuel left. We barely had enough to begin with. There's not even enough for a return trip to 2036. So if we fail to change the world line, then I'll be stuck in this time. But don't worry. As long as we're just traveling 3 weeks each way, we still have enough for 2 round trips.
So what she's really saying is that we only have 2 chances.
But then how do you plan to get back to 2036? I don't. Once we reach Steins Gate, I won't have any reason to come to this time in the first place, will I? Causality will be reconstructed. I should disappear from this time since I'll probably be living peacefully in 2036. But that all depends on you, Uncle Ocarine.
Her tone is light, but her expression is serious. This is the first time in weeks that we've spoken. I just now realized something about her. Suzuha is pretty reckless, isn't she? Suddenly, there's a zapping sound, and countless faint silver lights start floating around the cylinder. They look like moth dust, or powdered snow. The lights slowly change colors. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Back to silver, violet, blue. The colors of the rainbow? I feel pressure on my entire body, similar to the sensation you feel as you ascend in an elevator. In an elevator, you feel as if you're being pulled downwards, but instead, the time machine feels like it's pulling at my back. The feeling of pressure quickly increases. It starts to feel like I'm falling horizontally. I've never experienced anything like this. It's so uncomfortable I want to scream. The strangest thing is that the time machine itself isn't shaking. In fact, it doesn't seem to be moving at all. There's no noise, no vibration. It's eerie. The pulling sensation grows even stronger. I can hear my bones creaking. I imagine my body flattened like a pancake. It's not a pleasant thought. It's getting worse. I look at Suzuha. She has her eyes shut and her jaw clenched tight. I can no longer move. It feels like my back is glued to the wall. My vision begins to warp. And within my warping vision, the powder of light still shifts the colors of the rainbow. It's strangely beautiful, like something out of a painting. And still I keep falling. Where is it taking me? Through a tunnel in space-time? All I know is that I'm falling. Suddenly, everything goes dark. I try to scream, but even my voice falls away. It doesn't even reach my own ears. It's gravity. There's an intense gravitational distortion behind me. I'm still falling towards it. My vision slowly recovers. The smell of ozone fills my nostrils. Suzuha takes a deep breath and unfastens her seatbelt. We're here. I gulp for air. Did I really just travel through time? If so, then this is July 28th. The day Kurisu and I first met. The day I sent the first email. The day it all began. Suzuha takes out a digital watch. It's a fairly old-fashioned design. I bought it in 1975, but it's not even 3 years old yet. This is where an uninformed person would say, in Japanese, please. Suzuha sets the watch to the current time, then hands it to me. The display reads 11:51. Nakabachi's presentation starts at 12. Let's do this. You keep an eye on Makise Kurisu and stop whoever tries to kill her. And you? I'll back you up. Also, remember how I took away your phone? The you of July 28th is here too, meaning there are currently 2 Okabe Rintros in the world. Whatever you do, don't let your past self see you. It could cause a major time paradox. but Teeter said that couldn't happen. That was a lie. Misinformation. Come to think of it, Alpha Suzuha said the stuff she posted about the many worlds interpretation was fake too. Got it. Then let's go. We'll rendezvous at the time machine when it's over. Suzuha finishes her rushed explanation and motions me towards the hatch. I open the hatch and grab the rim. I squeeze my way out. Suzuha crawls out after me and closes the hatch. You hide! I'll provide a distraction! Suzuha runs up to the emergency door. And then, to my astonishment, she draws her gun and fires at the doorknob. The door opens easily. I must have broken the lock. Any minute now, a crowd of people will run up these stairs to see what happened. My past self will be among them. I need to hide before they get here. That was a close one. I nearly bumped into myself on the 8th floor landing. Right after I ran downstairs to the 7th floor, I heard footsteps running the other way behind me. Those footsteps were mine, no doubt. It was a near miss. It would be safe if I descend to the 4th floor before stopping to take a breath. I take a look around, but there's nobody paying attention to me. I wonder what Suzuha is doing. I'm worried, but I need to focus on my own mission. I must prevent Kurisu's death. In about 30 minutes from now, just after Nakabachi's presentation ends, someone will murder her. I know where it happens, in the 8th floor hallway towards the back of the building, where people rarely go. What I don't know is who stabbed her. Instead of running around and drawing attention to myself, I should just wait at the scene. Let's cool off here for about 5 minutes, and then head over there. If I remember correctly, Kurisu tried to talk to me in the assembly hall, but I blew her off and came down here. After that, I tried calling Mayuri, but her phone was off and I couldn't get through, so I went back up to the assembly hall to find her. What time was that? I searched my memories, trying to plot the actions I took on July 28th. It sounded simple when Suzuha said it, but staying away from my past self is going to take more work than I thought. Frustration mounts. I shove Suzuha's watch into my pocket to quash it. Just then... Excuse me? Huh? That voice. I turn around. Kurisu. Do I know you? No. You came down from the roof just now, didn't you? She looks at me with those beautiful eyes shining with intelligence and strength of will. I thought I would never see her again. But now before my very eyes, is the girl I love. Tears well up in my eyes. I want to embrace her right this instant. It takes everything I have to resist the urge. Don't forget, this is our first meeting. This Kurisu doesn't know me. I heard a strange sound from the roof. Is that why the building shook just now? What's going on? It's not Dr. Nakabachi's doing, is it? Why did I have to run into Kurisu of all people? I can't answer. I'm afraid that if I speak, I'll be unable to contain my emotions. The memory of her last smile is burned into my mind, imploring me to act. Are you listening? You're sweating like crazy. Kurisu looks at me with suspicion. What would happen if I were to grab Kurisu and run? Would divergence change? Would her murder be averted? I recall all the times Mayuri died. I recall all the times I time-leaped to save her. Everything I tried ended in vain. I wasn't able to save her, even once. No matter what I did, the world itself killed her. Won't it be the same with Kurisu? Should I even try? I reach towards Kurisu, my hand shaking. Hey! She steps back in surprise and fear, clutching a manila envelope to her chest. This is our first meeting. I know that. But to me, she's still the girl I love. If I'd been thinking straight a second ago, I would have realized that my plan to grab her and flee wasn't going to work. Kurisu would never follow some strange man she only just met. Running isn't an option. All I can do is wait at the scene of the crime. Fighting against the urge to stay, I force myself to turn and leave. Please answer my question! But Kurisu pursues me. Why is she so desperate to know who I am? I do look suspicious, I'll admit that. But if she thinks I'm dangerous, why would she come alone? I turn around reluctantly and meet Kurisu's stare. Answer me! Can I really save you? The words catch in my throat. Can I save her? I don't know. All I know is that convergence is merciless and cruel, and that I am powerless to stop it. You what? I shake my head and bolt for the stairs before Kurisu can react. Wait, stop! When I make it back to the 8th floor, the presentation has already started. I peek in through the door of the assembly hall. Who the hell am I? Someone who knows you for a fraud, that's who! Someone in the audience is shouting at Dr. Nakabachi. And that someone is me. Now I remember. I confronted Dr. Nakabachi in the middle of his presentation. I called him a fraud for ripping off John Teeter's posts. From this angle, I look like a real asshole. Someone throw that man out! Staff members approach. Damn, this is embarrassing. There's nothing I can do here. I need to leave before Kurisu appears. I turn around and head deeper into the dim passage. An image flashes through my mind. She was lying there at the end of this passage, in a puddle of her own blood. 20 minutes from now, that's exactly what will happen. Can I prevent it? I must, whatever it takes. There's a pile of junk, toolboxes, cardboard and the like, about halfway down the passage. Perfect hiding spot. I crouch between them. Now all I have to do is wait for Kurisu to show. But what will I do when she does? Only now do I realize that I'm completely unarmed. I really didn't think this through. Kurisu was lying in a pool of blood. That means her killer had a weapon. Since I didn't hear a gunshot, it must have been a knife, or something similar. How am I going to defend her? And myself? Is there anything around here that might work as a weapon? I still have about 20 minutes. But one wrong move and someone might catch me. I shouldn't leave the spot. Maybe I'm being overly cautious, but this is my only chance to prevent Kurisu's death. I don't want to jeopardize that. I don't know what I'd do if I ran into Kurisu again. It's a miracle that I managed to tear myself away last time. The longer I wait in the darkness, the harder it becomes. The anticipation is killing me. So far, not a single soul has passed down this hallway. I can faintly hear Nakabachi's voice through the mic from far away, but that's it. The silence does nothing but increase my tension. To make matters worse, it's hot and humid. I guess the air conditioner's not on back here. My entire body's drenched in sweat, and I haven't even been hiding for a minute. Sweat drips from my brow to the floor. I rub it out with my shoe. I have to keep waiting. There's no other choice. I stay there, crouched in the darkness for what seems an eternity. In the distance, I hear the sound of sparse applause. I glance at Suzuha's watch. It's 12:26. I guess the presentation's over. I peek out from behind the boxes, and just then... I hear footsteps approaching. I quickly duck back behind cover. My heart is pounding. Someone's coming this way. Who? Is it Kurisu's murderer? I clench my teeth and try to drive away the tension. I can only pray that I won't be found. Finally, the footsteps pass right by my hiding spot. Moving only my eyes, I sneak a glance at the person. Kurisu? There's no one with her. I didn't expect Kurisu to be the first to appear. What's she doing back here? This area is for employees only. Now that I think about it, Kurisu's murder made no sense. Why was she killed in a place she would normally never come? Careful to keep quiet, I watch Kurisu from the shadows. About 5 meters down the hall, she stops walking and leans against the wall. She's holding that manila envelope I saw her with earlier. She peeks inside and smiles softly. Why is she smiling? Kurisu rarely smiles like that. I mean, it's more like her to glare at people. That envelope. I search my memories again. When Kurisu approached me during Nakabachi's presentation, I'm pretty sure she was holding that envelope. But did she have it when I discovered her body? I don't remember seeing it. What could be inside to make Kurisu smile like that? I can't begin to imagine. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there, head hung, her face hidden behind her long hair. Can't read her expression. Is she waiting for someone? Who? Who would she meet in a place like this? That's when I hear another set of footsteps approaching. I can't see who it is from where I'm hiding. But given the timing, it has to be the person who killed Kurisu. And as proof, Kurisu raises her head, and upon recognizing the newcomer, lifts her back off the wall. Her expression softens slightly. The footsteps come even closer. Who is it?
I wanted to talk.
Kurisu suddenly starts speaking. The footsteps pass right by my hiding spot. I'm so tense I can't move a muscle. The newcomer finally appears in my narrow field of vision. And it's... Dr. Nakabachi! I slap a hand over my mouth to keep from shouting in astonishment. Kurisu and Dr. Nakabachi know each other?
Oh, one more thing. Watch out for Dr. Nakabachi.
Something else occurs to me. Why would Kurisu, an accomplished scientist, attend the presentation of a man like Nakabachi? He's just a two-bit inventor. Only 15 people came to hear him speak, and that's including trolls like me. There wasn't even any press conference coverage. Besides, Kurisu hates time travel science. That much was obvious from her lecture at ATF. In that case, it's obvious why she's here. She didn't come to see his presentation. She came to see him. But why? What could be the connection? Wait. It can't be.
Are you listening, Papa?
Papa. He's her father, her strange father who she told me she hadn't seen in 7 years. Kurisu did say that her father was a physicist. Nakabachi clearly is a physicist, though the scientific community at large has rejected his research. Wait, does this mean that Nakabachi killed his own daughter? Or was it someone else? Someone who has yet to appear? There's no way to know. If I could be sure that Nakabachi was the killer, then I would intervene right now. If I'm not, I better keep watching, see what happens. What is that?
I heard you were giving a presentation on time travel. So I thought about it too. Could it be possible to make a time machine?
Gracie wrote a paper on time travel? But when she spoke at ATF, she rejected the very idea of time travel. Although, come to think of it, she was awfully interested in the phone wave. Damn, I forgot how much of a tsundere she was.
I like your opinion, Papa. We can polish it together, then submit it to the scientific community. I don't know if they'll listen, but just in case, I do have acquaintances at Science Magazine.
Nakabachi takes out the document and starts reading it with a disgusted frown. So that's what it was. She didn't have anything dangerous in that envelope like drugs or a gun. It was just some document. That raises a new question. Could that be the Nakabachi paper? According to Suzuha, that document sparked a time travel arms race that ultimately led to World War III and the deaths of 5.7 billion people.
It started with a race between the EU and Russia. Then America got involved and things really went to hell.
Is that why Kurisu's safety is so important to changing Divergence? I get it now. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. Nakabachi flips restlessly through the document. He's not even trying to hide his irritation. Did I ask you to write this?
Well, no, but... You invited me to come, remember? It was the first time we talked in 7 years. That's what got me thinking. As I worked on the thesis, I started to realize it might actually be possible to build a time machine. If the thesis is published, you could have your revenge on the scientific community for shunning you.
I wasn't shunned! Nakabachi suddenly shrieks at Kurisu, causing her to shrink back in fear. Those incompetent bastards were just jealous of my superiority. I was the one who gave up on them.
Please don't yell.
Nakabachi gives his daughter a disdainful snort, then goes back to flipping through the paper.
You read really fast, Papa, just like I remember.
Nakabachi even ignores Kurisu's words of endearment. Not bad.
Think so? We can submit it jointly if you like, I don't mind.
No, don't do anything. I'll take care of it.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, don't think you're so special just because you got your plebeian thesis published in some magazine. What? Is that how you look at your father?
I'm sorry.
An awkward silence follows. I feel no warmth between these two. The only thing I feel is distance.
Kurisu in particular seems desperate to avoid upsetting her father. We haven't seen each other in a while. There's a lot I want to talk about. You're living in Aomori now, right? Kurisu is trying to maintain a cheerful tone, but I can see that her expression is stiff. I remember how she said she had trouble dealing with her father. I think my father hates me. She looked so lonely when she spoke those words.
Leave. Go back to America. Never show your face to me again.
But...
You want my opinion? We'll submit it jointly? You don't mean any of that. I know how you think.
He sounds like a child with an inferiority complex.
Is this pity? How dare you? You're supposed to be my daughter.
I don't understand. Please come.
I am calm. Don't tell me what to do.
This is bad. It's almost time for Kurisu's murder. Was it really Nakabachi, her own father, who killed her?
I'll tell you why I called you here today. I wanted to show you my research. Research beyond even what you can imagine. I wanted to prove once and for all that you are nothing compared to me. But that brat in the lab coat ruined everything. I know you were laughing at me too. Don't you deny it. How dare you treat your own father this way?
I wasn't.
You want my opinion on this thesis? Fine, I'll give it to you.
Nakabachi rolls right over Kurisu's objections. It's like he doesn't even hear her voice.
I'm going to publish it myself. End of discussion.
You're stealing it, Papa?
What did you say?
You're stealing my work? I didn't think even you would do something like... Ah! Nakabachi suddenly whirls and strikes Kurisu across the face. What do I do? I know I should do something, but what?
Who do you think you're talking to?
Nakabachi throws the paper aside and seizes his daughter by the throat. Kurisu gasps for air. Her face twists in pain as his grip tightens.
You can't possibly understand how I feel. Why did you have to be so talented? I detest you. I hate your very existence. Nobody is allowed to be better than me. Understand? Nobody, especially not my own daughter. That's why I sent you away. I couldn't bear the shame of being your father. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
This is completely absurd. He's blaming her for his own failures. I've seen enough. He's the killer for sure. I burst from my hiding spot.
Stop!
I ram him with my shoulder as hard as I can, knocking him away from Kurisu. Kurisu gasps for breath.
Who the hell are you?
I won't let you kill Kurisu! I'm going to save Kurisu. I'm going to save her and change the future. Even a weakling like me can pin down an old man like Nakabachi. Then I can get Suzuha to call the police and... The memory of Kurisu's body flashes through my mind. No, it won't turn out like that! Steadying himself with one hand against the wall, Nakabachi gets to his feet and looks straight at me. The instant our eyes meet, his face twists in rage.
You're the brat who ruined my presentation.
His presentation? Right, of course, I called him out on his lies in the middle of his presentation. Nakabachi is mistaking me for my past self. Understandable since we look exactly the same.
How dare you show your face before me? How does everyone get in my way? I know, you and Kurisu planned this, didn't you? Didn't you?
He's delusional.
You brats won't get away with this.
Nakabachi glares at me with bloodshot eyes, then takes something out of his pocket. At first, I can't tell what it is, but then I see a glint in the dim light. A knife. The blade is about 20 centimeters long. Can't help but shiver at its cold shine. Why is he even carrying something like that? Is he completely insane? Wait, is that the weapon that killed Kurisu? I won't let that happen. Damn! Why is my brain so fixated on that scene?
You'll pay for mocking me.
Nakabachi charges like an enraged bull, with no sign of hesitation whatsoever. He raises his knife high. I instinctively dodge back. The knife misses me by a hair. He gathers himself for another strike. The sight of his face twisted in madness and rage fills me with terror. I want to scream.
He's going to kill me. No, don't be afraid. I can't die here. The past is already decided. But wait, if the past is already decided, then doesn't that mean that I can't save Kurisu? I shake off the thought. Just think about saving her. Apologize. Swallowing my fear, I force myself to stop running away. Instead, I lunge forward. I knock Nakabachi's hand aside. The knife falls from his grip and clatters to the floor. I leap on it and pick it up. That was easier than I expected. Stop it, Papa! Don't tell me what to do. I look up in surprise. Nakabachi has taken a screwdriver from a toolbox left in the passage. Kurisu is walking towards him, pleading with him to stop. She's completely defenseless. No, Kurisu, stay away from him! You're the one in danger, not me! Just when I thought I disarmed him, he finds something else. Even a screwdriver can kill with enough force behind it. Run, Kurisu! Kurisu glances at me, but she doesn't move. Why won't she run away? This is crazy, Papa. Please stop! What do you know? What do you know? Nakabachi has completely lost his mind. Nothing she can say will reach him. If only you'd never been born! Nakabachi turns to Kurisu, brandishing his screwdriver. But Kurisu still doesn't run away. Yeah! Blood spurts from the arm Kurisu used to guard her face. She's going to die. I have to do something. I grip the knife firmly in my hands. Kurisu won't die if I kill Nakabachi first. That image again. Stop getting in my way. I won't be tied to that past. I need to do this to change the future, to save Kurisu. Nakabachi! As Nakabachi raises his arm for another blow, I thrust my knife at his unprotected back. No! Through the knife, my hand feels resistance. The sensation of tearing through flesh, scraping bone. It's surprisingly tough. But at the same time, I feel the flesh pulsating. It shifts in time with my victim's breath. I stabbed. I stabbed. I can't believe my eyes. What happened? I tried to stab Nakabachi. The blade should have pierced his back. And yet, at the last minute, Kurisu forced herself between us, as if to protect Nakabachi. Why? Strength drains from Kurisu's body. She slumps against me, her head on my shoulder. A fitting end for you fools. Laughing maniacally, Nakabachi picks up the dropped thesis and runs to the elevator at the far end of the hall. I can't chase him. I know what's going to happen if I don't stop him, but I can't take a single step. Is this the joke? Is this the punchline? I want to know who killed Kurisu. And now... I'm sorry. Kurisu speaks. Her voice is barely a whisper. I feel something wet on my hands. Wet and warm. Blood. Kurisu's blood. Gushing from her wound. It's warm but not hot. And yet it feels like it's burning my hands. I try to pull the knife out. If I can stop the bleeding, maybe she'll be okay. My hands won't move. It's like they've turned to stone. My arms, my fingers. No matter how hard I try, they won't move an inch. Kurisu's breathing quickly grows labored. She's suffering. I didn't mean for this to happen. This isn't what I wanted. Why won't my hands move? I want to pull out the knife. I want to ease her pain. Why won't my body obey me? It's as if someone else is in control. Kurisu's body convulses against mine. The pain must be unbearable. Is there nothing I can do to help her? I want to cry. Why?
The only thing I can do is ask. Because he's still my father. I just wanted him to accept me. I studied so hard, hoping he would praise me. But now, I finally understand. Papa didn't want to accept me. I'm such an idiot. Why did I save him? I wonder. I'm sorry for getting you involved. It hurts. Am I going to die? I don't want to die. I don't want it to end like this. Her voice is fading fast. Don't die. Please don't die on me. But my prayers are in vain. Help me. Help. Her body suddenly grows heavy. I can no longer hear the sound of her breathing. And yet, the blood from her wound is still warm. I killed her. I killed her. The one who killed Kurisu was me. Ah! As I scream, another me looks down from above. As he hears the sound of my despair, the last piece of the puzzle clicks into place. The scream I heard that day was my own. And I think that that is a good place to cut it. We are almost there. But we have failed. Once again. And time travel has only brought suffering to us once again. But for now, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.